Hey there guys, so for this video we're going to do a couple things. First I'm going to teach you how to use a new program you haven't used before called Logger Pro. You should have downloaded that already from self-service. If you haven't downloaded it, go do it now. And I'm also going to help you guys use Logger Pro to analyze moving objects so we can make some graphs, and you're going to end up using those in your math class. Okay, so first thing you need to do is go to your Launchpad and open up Logger Pro. So by the way, to open up your Launchpad, put your fingers on your trackpad and just go like that. Just pinch them all together like that. My Logger Pro is on my second page. There it is. All right, so Logger Pro is going to open up. All right, so here's what Logger Pro looks like. I'm going to end up with data over on this left side, and I'm going to end up with a graph over here on the right. Now I need to use, I need to download a video in order for us to analyze that video. So go to your browser, whether you use Safari or Chrome, it doesn't matter. I use Chrome. All right, so here's Chrome, and I'm going to go to bit.ly/McSparran203. That's written on the board also if you need that one. So I'm going to hit enter on that. That's going to take me to this place where I can download this video. So here's the video. Don't worry about watching it. It doesn't matter even if it tells you can't watch it. All you're going to do is click this download button. So you download it. It'll take a second, hopefully not too long. Good. It asks you where you want to save it. I'm just going to save it onto my desktop. If it's Safari, it might just put it straight into your downloads. Doesn't really matter. All right, there we go. It's downloading down there, and it looks like it's done now. Okay. Now that I've got that downloaded, I'm going to go back to Logger Pro, and I'm going to go up to Insert up at the top. Now what I want to insert is a movie right here. Insert Movie. Click on that. Now I'm going to go find where that's at. Now it's looking for like these pre-made Logger Pro movies. Don't worry about those. Go to your desktop or to your downloads or wherever it's at. And this video is going to be called Amari Constant. So find the Amari Constant video. And then click open. And we should see. Oh no, where is it? Amari Constant video. Oh, it's there. Wonderful. All right, so I'll move it over here so it's, ooh, is it going to be in the, here, I'll have to make it a little smaller so you guys can see everything with my face. There we go. Okay. All right. So you're going to see a video like this. Now let me show you some of the controls here. You got your regular video player controls, right? So you can play. I don't know if you can hear that or not. There's some sound to it. Okay. Hey, there's Amari. All right. So you can stop like I just did. This button here will take it all the way back to the beginning. And then there's these buttons here. These will advance it forward or backward one frame at a time. So when I click on this one, you see Amari goes real slow backwards. All right, and I can also just click and drag. And I want to go all the way back, and you should do this too, to where Amari is just crossing this line. See this line right here where the hard hat is at? I want Amari to show back up. Where you at, Amari? And okay, there we go. He's just starting to cross that line. All right, so there's a couple things I want to do here. Well, first off, here's what I want to show you. See this little thing right down here? There's these three little dots. Click on that, and it's going to pull up this whole sidebar of tools right there. So maybe the most important tool is this one here, the red dot with the little crosshairs around it. So I'm going to click on that, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to Amari, and I'm going to put a dot right on his head. Watch. Okay, now you'll notice that when I put a dot on Amari, it actually automatically moved it forward one frame. So I could just keep putting dots on as he ran across the screen, but I'd have like a billion dots. So I'm going to show you a little shortcut here. I want you to use two fingers on your trackpad to click right on the video. That's going to bring up a screen called Movie Options. All right, so Movie Options. There's two things we want to do. Two things. First thing, change this 1. So this tells it after I put a dot on, how many frames should it advance. I want you to make it advance 10 frames. Now it won't always be 10 frames, but for this video it's 10 frames. And the other one, this is super important for your graph. See this right here? It says first VA point defines movie time 0. What we're telling the program is that whenever I put my very first dot on, pretend like that's the beginning of the video. It doesn't matter how many seconds there are before that. That's where we're going to pretend like it's the beginning. All right, so now I click OK. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put another dot right on Amari's head. And look at that. Now it jumped him forward 10 frames. So I'm going to put another dot. And every time, guys, I'm going to try and put my dot in the exact same place. So right now I'm trying to just put it right in the center of Amari's head. And that's really important, is that for every dot, it's really close to the same. Now your crosshairs might be smaller than this, and it'll be a little bit easier to be really precise about where you're putting dots, but you're just going to put a dot every time all the way across the video. Now, like I said, for this video, because we're pretty far zoomed out, you're going to do every 10 frames. Later on, when you do videos of like the ball going up in the air and then the disc sliding across the floor, they don't take as long, and the objects are moving faster. So you're going to do fewer clicks for those. Oh, look at that. I'm already dabbed like a moron. Hopefully the dab is over. Is the dab over? I think the dab's over. We don't do that anymore. You guys will have something else stupid coming up. All right, and then there we go. Amari's out of the frame, so no more dots. So now I've got all these dots. That's really cool, okay? Now, a couple more things. So there's 2 more tools that we're going to use. See, the next tool down has got these weird little green lines and a tiny little dot in the middle. We're going to click on that. Now here's what this does. It tells the program where Amari started. So I want you to put the crosshairs right on the very first dot. And see how it puts these little yellow things? You're basically telling the program that is where the very beginning was. And then sometimes we'll change which direction it goes. See, I can like grab this and I can change the direction. And sometimes depending on the video, we might change that direction. But this is pretty good the way it is, right? So we just kind of want to be right in line with those blue dots. All right, now the last thing we're going to do, Logger Pro is a really cool program. But one of the things it struggles with is it can't tell how far things are apart. So it doesn't know how far one dot is from the next. So we're going to give it a scale for distance. So see this ruler tool? We're going to click on that. And then I'm going to draw a line on a distance that I know. So in this case, it's going to be from the helmet. What it is, I clicked and I'm holding down as I draw. Helmet to, see there's kind of that pink backpack right there? All right, so this is from free throw line to free throw line. Now, I happen to know that from free throw line to free throw line is 14 meters. So I'm going to tell, see that? I put 14 right there on the screen. And the unit is meters. So I just told Logger Pro, hey, from free throw line to free throw line is 14 meters. And now it can use that information to tell how far it is from one dot to the next. Pretty cool. Okay, so I'm done labeling stuff on the graph now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Command R. So hold down Command with this button, press R with this finger, Command R, and that's going to rearrange things so that I can see stuff. Now I want the graph to be in view, so I'm actually going to drag the graph over here so you guys can see it. You can leave your graph where it's at, but see my face is in the way, so you can't see it. All right, now what the program did is it made this graph to show your data, and you're going to use this graph in your math class, unless you're not on Alpha Team, and then we'll use it in class. But there's a couple things I want to change on the graph. So first off is it's got this red line and this blue line. Now the red line is for side-to-side motion. The blue line, all right, so red line is side to side. Blue line is up and down. We don't care about up and down because Amari wasn't really going up and down. What we care about is side to side because that's what Amari was doing. He was going side to side. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to click on top of this X and Y. See how my cursor changes? Just go ahead and click. And then what I want to do is I want to choose just X. X is side to side, just like your X-axis on the graph. And that made the blue go away. Now later in a different video, you'll want to use the blue. But for this one, we're going to use just the X. So I've got my side to side and I've got this nice graph now. One more thing we're going to do just to make it easier to see for math classes, I want you to take, again, 2 fingers and click on your trackpad. That's a secondary click. And go to Graph Options. Now on graph options, I don't care about your axis, you got the right thing. Go to graph options up here though. So change it from axis to graph. And I want you to go down here to minor tick style. See how it says no line? I want it to say solid. And then click OK. And look at that, it added more grid lines on. So now I've got a really nice graph that I'm going to be able to use to analyze in math class, or if you're my afternoon guys, we're going to do it together. So I'm going to Command R again to rearrange it so it's nice. Now I'm going to save it. So I got to go to File, Save. All right. Now, hey, by the way, if you see something like this, go ahead and click this little drop down arrow, and you get more options. Now I want you to make sure you're on your desktop. Okay, so if it says Documents right now, change it over to Desktop. And what I want you to do is create a new folder. All right, and we are going to call this Video Graphs, and click Create. And then what you're going to name this is Constant, because Amari was running at a constant speed. So click Save. And now, here, check it out. Right here on my desktop, I've got this new folder, and in it, I've got Constant, where I'm going to be able to open that back up and see. Let's see what happens. It's already open, so it probably won't. No, it's going to spinny wheel me. Don't spinny wheel me in the end of my video. Well, either way, if it wasn't already open, then it would have opened. All right, so you've got, oh, look at that, it opened. So cool. So now you've got this, so we can come back and we can use it later. If you have any questions, please make sure you're asking me, or if you're 4th hour, ask Mr. Beach as well. Ask me for help. All right, there we go.